Good afternoon, our amiable media staff from the different organizations. It is always good to have the media interact with us. The purpose of today's short press briefing is to announce that NAFDAC has just approved Pfizer BioNTech vaccine for possible use in Nigeria. The dossier of each vaccine must be reviewed carefully by NAFDAC staff, the COVID vaccine committee, to make sure that the science behind the development is well understood and in accord with our own regulatory activities. We use different mechanisms to approve COVID vaccine. We use what is called reliance, meaning that a more matured regulatory agency across the globe has already approved that vaccine. We can use that as a basis for our own review. We will get the assessment report, note the peculiarities there, and then our own COVID vaccine committee will then get to do their job. We also can go ahead to review if WHO has given emergency use listing, meaning WHO has done their job. For this Pfizer BioNTech, both cases are true. More matured regulatory agencies have approved the vaccine, started with FDA in December 2020. In addition, WHO has given it emergency use listing. Then we started our own work, and I mean the COVID vaccine committee of NAFDAC, to ensure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, to also ensure that post-vaccination regulatory activities such as pharmacovigilance or safety monitoring is put in place. So it is not just the vaccination alone, it is what happens after that. So for Pfizer BioNTech, we've given the approval for emergency use authorization. Emergency use authorization. It is not a full approval, and it is within the period of starting of getting people vaccinated and gathering data about the adverse events following immunization. It could be slight fever, it could be pain at the site of injection, it could be chills. There are so many of them. It is after that approval for emergency use that we start gathering with data. And this data gathering is not limited to NAFDAC alone. NAFDAC belongs to an organization called ICMR, the International Coalition of Medicine Regulatory Authorities. It is a global gathering of regulatory agencies across the world. We share our experiences. For example, for the AstraZeneca vaccine that the first phase just got finished, we started gathering data about events following immunization. NAFDAC launched MedSafety app last year. It is an app that can be downloaded on the App Store, iPhone or Android, and it is from that app or through that app that we gathered a lot of data. In areas where the internet connection was not good enough, there's what we call the yellow form, because the pharmacovigilance or safety monitoring group in NAFDAC trained people across the country, disease surveillance staff from different agencies, our own pharmacovigilance staff, to use the app or to collect the events following immunization using the yellow form. That is what we share as a regulatory agencies with each other. Why? Because we want to be sure that all the facts that follow immunization are gathered, that it is transparent. If there are 10 people that have reaction, like allergic reaction to the vaccine, we've got to report it, so that the package insert that came with the manufacturing, which is the leaflet pack that you see in the bottle of any medicine or the container, so that that package insert could be modified if possible. Because before the emergency use authorization, different clinical trial phases had already taken place. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. But those studies were done in controlled environment. When you are doing clinical trial, you have what is called the exclusion criteria, inclusion criteria. Which patients or subjects should be there, should not be there. That is for phases 1, 2, 3. And phase 3 has thousands of subjects. The more, the better in terms of data. However, whatever was observed up to phase 3 may not be the only thing that will be observed, or only things rather that will be observed when it goes to a bigger audience. And the bigger audience or medium now is where we are. Because as we speak, we have vaccinated more than 1.5 million people in Nigeria with AstraZeneca. So whatever you didn't see among thousands of people in phase 3, you may see it in what is called phase 4, or post-marketing phase, which is where we are right now. That is why the data gathering is extremely important. And we are sharing it as we speak so that that package insert may be modified. If there is no particular observation that was not made before, if an observation was not made before, it will not be included. So for Pfizer BioNTech, our country can import it or get it from COVAX facility. COVAX facility is a group of agencies that come together to ensure that low middle income countries can get access to vaccines. And Pfizer BioNTech vaccine is one of them. However, how it is gotten is Ministry of Health and Primary Health. The function of NAFDAC is to approve so that if it is going to be ordered, it can be ordered. That will be the end of my presentation. I will welcome a few questions before the close of the press briefing. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.